Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my sunflowers. How are you on this fine, fine Thursday night? Well, we're getting a little started late. I don't know. Sometimes you just get the drag along. What you call it, baby crone?
Yes.
Especially on the days that you come out school late. Sorry about that. So, what I'm saying, so I hope your day was great. I hope you had a grand day, and I hope tomorrow is better. And let's see. Well, you know this is what? Sister Wives.
No, it is not
Oh,
Sister
no, it
Wives.
is not Sister Wives. You're right. I got distracted. It's not
Sorry.
Sister Wives. It is Kardashians, right? Yes. That's what happens when you start looking at so many.
Yes.
All right, baby Crone, let's get started on the Kardashians.
Yes.
First of all, did you thought this was a good episode?
It was okay.
It was okay. I'm not trying to be sarcastic or facetious. At this point, I find the scenes that Kim are in a little boring.
Oh, okay.
She tried, but I'll tell you why when we get to the part.
Well, we're on episode 4 of the Kardashians, and so far in this episode, we've only seen Kylie make one appearance, and that was at the very beginning. And I believe we were at Kim's house. But anyway, Kim and Kylie hung out. Kim said that Kylie's like her twin or like someone that she gets along with very well. Yeah. So they made a little handshake. That was it, pretty much, with Kylie. I told you, the Jenners are hardly ever on the show. And I'm noticing that. But who they get to replace the Jenners? Scott Disick. Yes. So we had Scott Disick, who was having a matchmaking, but his daughter Penelope was at the house, and we find that very interesting because you pointed out how Courtney probably doesn't allow Penelope to go over to the mother's house, but
go over to her grandmother's house,
yes,
or Kim's house, or I don't think so. And the reason why, because it was curious how she came in. And she had parcels with her.
Yes, she did.
And it was just curious how she came. She has grown up. She's definitely a combination between her father and her mother. She's a very attractive little girl.
Yes.
And the fact that Scott loves her very much. Now, the thing with me is commentary.
Okay.
I don't know why people have a problem with Scott. I adore Scott. He is when I see Scott, I see the Kardashians.
Okay.
And it's no way, knowing that he has no mother, no father, he's been with them forever and a day. You got kids by him, you are attached to him. How you going to say he's not family?
Yeah, you're right.
I guess everybody sees things different. He's going through a rough patch in his life because of the accident. And I believe that Scott had that accident during the time when Courtney and Travis was lovey-dovey, and I think he was just devastated. But you know, like my mother says, you never miss your water until what? Your well run dry. You never heard that, huh?
No.
Well, now you have. That's that old stuff. And I think that he missed her. And, you know, he had a good thing. He did. He had it. But sometimes, you know, this is what I'm saying about these Kardashian women. They mess with younger men. He was young. Courtney was, see how old Courtney was, older than Scott. Because even Khloe is 7 years older, and they meeting these men not in their 30s. They meeting these men as young men. They just getting out of their teen years.
Yeah.
And they want them to, and Khloe just sounds so pathetic. I love her though, I do. When she says, well, now he knows, look how.
Yes, she is 4 years older than Scott.
See what I'm saying? And when they met, she could have been like, what, 26, and he could have been,
22.
You see what I'm saying? It's you're not giving them enough time, and just by nature, women mature quicker than men. So it would be different if you met him at 30, or you met him at 29.
That's fair.
Or even 28, and that's pushing it. But 29, 30, 31, anywhere in their 30s, they are ready. They are mature enough. And I just wish that people taught this. You're just not ready. No more than, unless you're raised in that culture, you're just not, your body is ready. You're just not ready to be a mom at 15.
That's very true.
I mean, your body may be ready, but your mind's not ready.
I know, isn't that unfair?
Unless you was born in that culture. You was born to have babies and be married. Then you don't need no common sense or nothing in life. But in the United States of America, you need to grow up time.
That is true.
So all I'm saying is give people time. What am I trying to say, baby Crow?
To give people
time to mature.
Oh, yes.
These young men. I went off on a tangent. I got lost, but I'm back. But my point is, this is not a safe country. So in America, we need time to grow up. We need time to work. We need time to intermingle with other people because this is a social country where we live close together unless you live further out. Other than that, this is really communal. So there's a lot of things you have to learn. Do you agree? And I think what the Kardashians do, they get these young men, they're not even 24 or 25, and you want them to be mature with you. When you've already done been married and, you know, and then had all this, that, and the other, and they like, this is new for me. Not only dealing with the financial richness of it, I just think it's so unfair. I do.
Yes. That does bring up a good point because...
Thank you. Somebody hears me.
Because Scott even mentioned it when he was talking about his blind date that he had went on. I think her name was Celine. He was just saying that she's not experienced enough.
Go into what he was saying.
Yes, and how basically he was like, you've never been hurt. You just haven't had anything bad to you. Just always this happy and preppy. I want you to be my life coach. Basically, that's what he said.
How old was she?
I'm not sure how old she was, but it seemed like...
I knew that wasn't Scott's type. She wasn't a bad-looking woman, but she was not his type. I could say that. No.
He only had positive things to say about her because she was so positive.
He only had positive things to say about her because he was on camera and he was being nice.
Okay.
He used to glamorous women.
That is true.
He used to rich women. I'm not saying this woman is not rich, but she ain't the life.
Yes, Chloe and Chris completely missed that.
They missed that. He said, I want a cross between Chloe and who else? And Chris.
Okay.
He's smart. But there is nothing settled about Chloe. She's a dressing mama.
Yes,
and if she were to go to Milan, she would outdo Kim.
Yep.
She could be a model now.
Kim's
She's absolutely, she could dress, honestly. I love it. I think that she even outdo Kylie.
Yes, she can.
I see that for me. And I've said that I think she's one of the best dressed and look good in her clothes. Kylie tend to look a little thick.
Yes, she can.
Curvy, but somehow or another, Chloe done got her body down to, pencil thin. What only she got is that gluteal maximus back there. And I guess she need a little cushion. But other than that, the girl can outdress everybody, honestly.
Yes. However, you did note that you did not like the dynamic between Chloe and Chris. You felt like they just didn't work together. I didn't think when
you're talking about doing that
matchmaking.
I didn't feel so, and I also was picking up that there's some kind of animosity between Chris and Chloe.
Yes,
they wasn't vibing right. Later. Usually she make her laugh. It was something off this time. It was something off. So that explosion at the end, something's going on with Coco. I think it's because she's like, why are you trying to push this man on me? And what happened to you when you found yourself? In other words, what Chloe did to me, she put her mother like a,
checkmate?
Yeah, checkmate. But she treated her mother like a criminal.
Oh, okay.
When she said, you want me to be with him. So you tell me what happened to you, or what happened to you? You criminal. That was criminal to what happened to me. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to get me to go back. Well, what's your story? And her mother's mouth trembled.
Yes, she did.
Only because the mother in her was like going to say, who do you think you talk? You know she could go off.
Yes.
That's what
she
that
has
was.
shown it.
Oh, that's all that was. That was, wait a minute, hold up. Dang, who do you think? That lip quivered like.
She kept her composure.
She did that. Like, oh, bitch. She did that because that wasn't no, that was like, oh, so you hitting below the belt.
Yeah, Chloe went there.
She went there because she's on camera. And I think if you notice, it just seems it's been brewing this episode.
Yes, it has.
So I don't know how long it took them to make it, but I observed that. And on the tip of that, let me tell you something else I observed. I observed the Manny. And I observed the Manny is black. Now look, guys, look, I am far from racist or prejudice. And if I am, it's so deeply rooted in me, I don't know. You understand? Mm-hmm. But I love all people, and that's a fact. In other words, the things I say, I don't want to say is racist, but I'm just saying when I look at Kim and how she always like for the black people and how she doing this and that. But yet her son don't have one black best, not even a mixed friend in the bunch. No. And when I saw that this is what these are my best friends.
Yeah, she
not one black was in the bunch. And I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. But when you have mixed kids, you need to have your children around like kids.
Yes.
Like if I'm mixed in that, my mom needs to find me some mixed kids. I really wouldn't care about none of this. But I'm looking at the double standards. Now, when everybody looks at things, everyone looks at it from their own perspective, baby. From hers, mine. But because you all know I am invested for the downfall, you know this, right? I started out almost 2 years talking about this.
Yes, you have.
Mm-hmm. So now it's like we see it happening. We see the disheveledness of the family. Yes. We definitely see the fighting. I never thought that I would ever see a fight on camera with the Kardashians because they pride themselves that wouldn't be who they were or are. So going back, so now what I'm saying, getting back to Kim, she pride herself on equal and black and this, and yet you don't have your son there playing. You ain't bringing out one mixed black kid, not one. So you're raising your child to be a Caucasian. So you're not. So you got this black nanny or mammy or
yes, a
Sammy
Manny.
Or what is it?
A Manny.
A Manny. You got this black
Manny.
You got this black nanny to identify with his blackness.
Yes.
But you got him as a father figure, not as a child.
Yeah, you're right.
Even though he have his sisters, you're raising your child. Oh, I know this so well. You're raising your child. You have to give them black friends, mixed friends like they are. Take them out too. I just had an issue with that. I'm not trying to make no waves or fight no causes. I'm just saying the show is up for scrutiny and for entertainment purposes only, and I am entertained. And this is why I make my noise.
Yes. Speaking of which, what's her name? Kim Kardashian was talking about how she was worried how Kanye was going to react to her having a Manny. And she was surprised that they actually got along. She was like, oh, okay, that's good, I guess.
Yeah, because she's in denial that he ain't. I truly believe this, that Kanye will always love Kim. Always. But as I said, and I'll believe it, nobody can change me. He's whooping her. Whoop, pop, pop, this what you want with me? He's whipping her, not with his hands,
no,
but with treatment.
Yes.
So it's like she was expecting, oh my God, Kanye, he wasn't angry. No, nope. He's like, I'm not going to give you none of that. I'm gonna make you think that what's her name?
Bianca.
Bianca is gonna be Beyonce. If it's all in my power, I'm gonna blow her up so big that you're gonna look like a shadow. This is what he's doing. This is in my mind. And it's like Kim is so, I don't know, slow or, well, give me a word. You educated me. You educated me.
I was going to say maybe
joking. Yeah,
in denial.
No, not that, but
oblivious maybe.
Yeah, oblivious. That's a word. I wanted something more bigger. Yes, more grander. Yes, thank you. Yeah, she seems so oblivious. And I think it is the narcissism.
Okay.
I see she cannot even believe that he could really be in love with her. She is not convinced. But she did have a thought when he was cool about this. She was like, oh.
Yeah.
In other words, I like this Kanye. Yeah, this is why I fell in love with him. Nope. This is in my mind. I'm not saying it's it, but I can play around with it, right?
Yes, you can.
I'm just saying.
Yes, and another thing was how we noticed that this is at the very beginning of this year when we saw Kim going around the world apparently looking like she was harassing Kanye. But the show doesn't make it look out like that. She's like, we're going on a world tour to watch all these soccer games for Saint because he loves soccer and I played soccer.
But you know, and I know, that move was two things. She was sickened over Kanye, and also during that time, just a month or so ago, she was sickened, and she was sickened that Bianca wouldn't talk to her. So she made her pilgrimage all the way to Italy to go and try to be with Kanye and catch him, but they kept slipping out. As a matter of fact, Kanye did the okie doke, and they went to what? Japan. Who winds up in Japan?
Kim.
So she trying to make it like, no. Come on, we remember.
Yes,
come on.
Remember.
Remember, but if you look at it, she is the great pretender. She is. Oh yes, she's the great pretender.
Okay.
Ooh, why I say that? Because she's acting. She's acting, and her heart is full. Her heart is full. Remember, she's stressing out.
Yeah, you're right.
She's stressing out, guys.
You won't see her sweat.
You won't see her stress on that because she is. You know what?
Yes, we'll give it to you, Kim.
But yes, what they say when you go down like that. We're not worthy.
Yes.
We're not worthy. We're gonna give it to you because I think it's great acting. What do you mean? Because she can able to put a smile. But if you notice something, none of her best friends are happy. They all, look at them in the car. They just look like a bunch of sourpuss.
Yes.
And they about the most. Can I say it? The most homiest creatures.
Yes.
And why I say that? Because you would think she is so glamorous. She's all about fashion.
Yes.
I just feel like I'm looking at the devil wear Prada. When walked in all clumpy and going like, what? This is not acceptable. You cannot dress like that. Even on my down day, I'm Gucci.
Yes.
I'm Prada. I'm Balenciaga. I'm Chanel. I'm Louis. I'm somebody. Michael Kors if necessary. I don't know. But I did name a lot, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Oh, yes, Hermes. You down, right? Why would I want to have... Come on.
That is true.
Face not beat. And another thing, you know, I'm saying, I think Kim's mouth is botched. I took a picture. I'm going to show it to you.
Yes,
I think
right
her
here.
mouth is botched because when she's in America, I said her lips look so full. But when she was talking to Kylie, I don't think she had anything on her lips.
No.
And they look blistered. Not blistered, but like maybe she had just got the injections around her lip. And I'm just saying. And I know, and let me tell you how I know. I was so curious to know what it was like to go get the lips done.
Yes, you
I
was.
went and got my lip. First of all, it's very, very painful. And it's a way they do it. So I could see that it could be. But getting those injectables like that all the time, that stuff is in, I'm just, I just want to know what it's just like if your lips are stretched like that for years and years and years, doesn't it get, you take it out, the lips sag, right?
It would have to if you keep plumping it up because it's got to make room for the injectables.
Yeah.
But interestingly enough,
I drift off. Sorry, I'm back.
Kim Kardashian's friends were talking about the Met Gala because this is right before Kim had went to the Met Gala.
Yeah.
And first off, Kim talked about how everyone was running with the rumor that she wasn't invited to the Met Gala.
And she wasn't.
No, but she still showed up anyway.
Was she invited?
Yeah, she showed up to the Met Gala, and because we saw.
Did she have on the beads?
Yeah, I believe those were
Or was
the
it the one that she had on the blue dress?
No, I think it was the beads.
Okay.
Because here's what happened. Well, before we move on to that, her friends were talking about how there was going to be a lot of cute guys at the Met Gala, and then they all looked at Kim, and then Kim was like, "What are you guys looking at me for?" And then later in the episode. Yes.
Did you leave that for? Why are you looking at me for?
Okay, got you. And then later in the episode, Kim said that when all of her friends are married and she's the only single one, she kind of looks desperate because all of her friends keep trying to set her up with somebody. And then she made a joke.
It's a waste. Kim is never going to really be happy until Kim give up that camera.
Yes.
Until Kim give up her iPhone.
Yeah.
It's not the camera.
No.
It's the iPhone. It's the iPhone.
It's the iPhone.
It's her walking around with her mirror. Her iPhone is her best friend.
It is. It really is.
She's like, uh-oh, I'm catching the mood. And she got to do about 50 of them.
Yes, got to get the right angle.
So when they were in the restaurant at this burger joint, when the plane, they were in the restaurant doing the same thing.
Yes, it was
like,
embarrassing.
look us with these peasants.
Yes, we're normal like you guys.
We're normal. We eat hamburgers. I just can't.
Yes. But the thing is that Kim did make a joke about how she was taking someone to the Met Gala. At first I thought she was talking about Chris Rock. So I thought he would tag like a little bit far behind her at the Met Gala. But apparently she tried taking Karl Lagerfeld's cat. And the cat apparently did not like her.
The cat did not like her at all. Knowing cats, no.
That cat picked up on Kim's energy. It said, "Get away from me."
That cat was like, you got a funny spirit. Get away, fire, gouge out your eye. Kim was like, ooh, I'm scared of you. She had the cat, but she was like, didn't she hold the cat?
Yes, and the cat even tried scratching her.
Then somebody come get it.
Yes.
They better come because that cat growled. You know they go for the face. She was like, you're going to like me. I know she was embarrassed.
Yes, she was.
Because if there is anything, and I'm dead serious, if you're an animal lover, there is one thing that will embarrass you when you come over someone's house and their animal don't like you. Why? Because especially if they have friendly animals. And if their animals don't like you, it's speaking volumes.
Yes, it is.
And she knew that because the last time she came, she was on the bed, the cat was there. Wasn't the cat there?
Yes, and she was trying to pretend.
Yeah, she did, but she didn't mess with the cat.
No.
The cat was fine long as you ain't mess with it. I wonder if they didn't sit that cat in there and say, let the cat stay, that's just the cat. Where the cat? I don't know. My mind's going off into a spooky place. Let me leave that alone. But I just feel like that is so weird that cat did not like her energy.
Yes, it is weird. Yeah. But as expected, that a cat is a female companion anyway for esoterics.
And Lagerfeld probably said, I don't like her.
Yes. What are you doing at my Met Gala, Kim?
Get away. Ugh. You a has-been. Although I'm making all these jokes up and everything, but I do like Kim. I think she reached her goal. I think she wanted to be famous. She did it, and she did it, and she did it like nobody else will ever do it, because ain't nobody gonna get up there on a lie like that ever again.
That is very true.
And deceive the world. That just goes to show you how gullible America was.
You know what, you right on that one.
We were so gullible about that.
Yeah, we was. Now, lastly, we have Chloe to talk about, because Chloe is very much a lot to
She turned into a bitter Becky, a bitter Betty Boop. She's bitten bitter.
Yes, you did say that she has a savior complex going on with her.
She has a savior complex. Tell them what a savior complex is.
Yes, a savior complex.
What did you learn about a savior, baby Crone?
Yes, that somebody that has the savior complex. Or they
be a messiah.
Yes, or the messiahs they call it. You have the need to want to help people.
No, you want to save them for destruction.
Yes.
Like she did Lamar. Like she did. She just likes to, she's like she's doing her brother. She just it's like to be that way. It makes you feel good about yourself. You feel so bad about yourself, and you feel like I make the wrong decisions for myself, and I don't know what I'm doing, and it's just I just want to please everybody. And this starts very, 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 very young, and you just start doing things with people, and you see that people like it, and even though you get treated really crappy at the end, but you do it because it makes you feel good about yourself. Outside of that, you feel crappy. So the more I do for you, or the more I shine, the more I feel good, the more you look up to me, the more I'm not doing it for much gratitude.
Right.
I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because I really love you, and I'm teaching you how to love. Like, this is the savior complex. I'm teaching you. You see, I know what this is like. I'm just saying. Yeah, I understand. You gotta understand. I understand this too well, right? So it's like I'm teaching you how to love. But then once you walk away. I'm like, why?
Yes.
I taught you how to love me, and you didn't love me.
That's what Chloe going through.
I taught you. I was there for you. And then you would think, this is the craziness of it. You would think that you would learn a lesson and you go, oh my God, this doesn't work. You look for your next victim. And that's the craziness of it. It's like you need, it's like a fix, it's a high. Not that I know. But whatever that was, it's a crutch. No matter what we do, you're still going to have to face yourself anyway. Either you'll face yourself or you'll just live a life of misery. What do you mean? Money, it doesn't matter. You're going to live a life of misery by making mistake after mistake after mistake after you'll die making mistakes. You'll die full. So either you'll learn and say, you know what, this isn't working. And this is where she's at. She's angry.
Yes,
she's frustrated.
Very.
I understand. But what Chloe doesn't understand is if you love someone, you have to love for free.
Yes.
Love don't love nobody. Understand? You know, Tina Turner said it best. What she say is just a secondhand emotion. We put more into it than what need be. You understand? And I don't think Chloe understand how to love. You don't love and give way more of yourself than you can give. You have to learn boundaries. And you stick with them because your boundaries is what's going to protect you from being hurt.
Yes.
Was that too much education?
No.
I'm sorry. Was that too much education?
It was not. It was it gave us a very good insight on Chloe because that's exactly how she feels.
Not that I know.
Because she said that she is upset that she built up Tristan just for Tristan to go love another woman.
See? She hasn't learned. She hasn't learned. But she's going to find some good in this.
Okay.
She's going to find some good. And as I heard yesterday, in modern time, in October, because we're October the 18th, so this could have been October the 17th. I think I've heard it could have been a blogger, I don't know, that said that looked like Chloe is thinking about staying with Christian.
Wouldn't surprise me because A, Kris Jenner's pushing it on her. B, Kris Jenner says, I don't want Chloe to regret Tristan walking away, and then
I don't want her to regret either. And I know a lot of people think that, you know, he's a dog. Well, you can only, that's the disease or the sickness or the she needs, that's her fix. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if she doesn't mess with him. She's going to meet another fixer-upper. Because that's what she needs. She doesn't know that. You understand what I'm saying? If she knew it, you could tell when it always saying something about God. She's always got something negative to say.
She really does.
It's
or
like
about life.
She just, she's a very negative person. And she said that she wasn't always like that. I kind of think she was. I think that she was, and I truly think that the fact that she grew up, not because of her looks, she was looking different, but I think because there was so much scrutiny about who she was as a child.
Yes.
And that has to be a very confusing thing to go through and not look like none of your siblings.
Right.
Not even your brother.
Maybe that's why she finally went off on Kris Jenner.
I don't know if that. I'm just saying I could just see how she's breaking down.
Yes, she is.
She's breaking down. She's no longer thick Chloe, so she can't handle it no more. When you thin like that, you get weak. You got thin skin.
Yeah, she's pretty sensitive.
She is sensitive, but I adore Chloe, and I mean that. And I wish that people would just give her a break and understand that she's just lost in this world.
Yes. Now, the very interesting thing is that this season, just this season of the Kardashians, everybody's throwing around the word of the season, their person. So, I don't know, maybe Chloe came around to realize, you know what, if Tristan's going to be my person, and he says I'm my person.
That. She didn't even understand my person.
No.
I think she think my person as in love.
Yes, that's what I first took
That's
it to
what
me until we learned
No,
what it was.
I had to look it up. My person mean, you're somebody I highly respect. You somebody that I respect. I'm in your life. I'm there for you.
Right.
It has nothing to do with an intimate relationship.
No.
I guess it could.
It could.
But I don't think that's just deep emotional root that will bind us forever. My person. And she's saying if he's my person, then the man may cheat again and again and again. All I can say, Chloe, take a page from the Smiths.
Yes, take a page from them.
Take a page from them and forgive and keep it moving.
Yes. Now,
and just use condoms. That's all you got.
Yes. As a side little tangent.
I mean, if she want her children to have that father.
Right. Chloe and Kris talked about a clementine. They didn't call it a clementine. They called it an orange.
They didn't know what
a little orange. And then she had the right sentiment when she said this, but it was the wrong fruit.
They didn't even say a tangerine.
No, but Chloe was just like, she was like, this is the natural size it's supposed to be.
They didn't even call it a little Debbie.
Just little orange. And she was like, if this is how an orange is supposed to be, then they're doing something to those oranges to make them so big.
It's a clementine or it's a tangerine.
Yes.
Or a little Debbie, as they call them.
Yes, they do call them little Debbies.
But I don't think it was a Debbie by the way that the peeling was. It seemed more like a clementine, or it seemed more like a tangerine. It seemed more like that.
Yes, and it was just very interesting because her mom pointed out, I'm glad that's your favorite thing to eat as a snack.
Yeah, we love fruit.
Yes, commenting on her weight, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty much it for this episode. However,
That's it?
Yes, you did want to talk about some side tangents about what was going on in the news because as we said, Courtney is hardly ever on the show. Right. And if she does want to leave, she is going to have to pay a hefty amount
to break
leave.
that contract.
Yes.
But she just can't walk. No.
No. Mm-mm. So that's why you might see her make an appearance here or there because she's forced to. And right now, I think because she's pregnant, they're giving her leniency for the respect of her pregnancy. That's the least they can do. Yeah, fair enough. Now, another thing is...
And understand, too, Courtney also may not want to leave.
Yeah, not you.
I mean, she hormonal. When she had the baby, she might just say, you know what? After she done did her 6 months of saying, I'm okay, I'm happy, I'm back in the land of living, and I'm back, it's just another back to life Monday. She might just say, hey, they my sisters, I forgive them, and it's all well in the Kardashianville.
Yes.
All well in Kardashianville.
Now, it was so funny how you talked about how Kylie could sometimes look thick in her clothing because you
beautifully shaped.
Yes, you was talking about how Kylie,
a thick woman.
Yes, you were talking about how Kylie and the Kardashians, but it seems like Kylie just sells sex or sexiness, and it's like you guys.
She sell that thick black girl body.
Yes, and it's like
she sell that pH fat.
Yes, the pH fat.
That's what that is.
Yes, and it's just like, what other talent do you guys have besides selling your bodies?
You don't have nothing, that's it.
Yeah, because other celebrities, like you mentioned, what's her name, Taylor Swift, have to work hard to just gain
fame. I was thinking about this. Yeah, thank you, baby Crone. I was thinking, how does the Beyoncés and the Taylors, so just those two alone, I mean, there's so many, how do they feel to know that Kimberly is with their status?
Yes.
With them, and she just had to roll around in the bed. You know, she did nothing. She has no real talent that she was born with. She was born to be famous. But but on her looks, because both of those women are very attractive. And honestly, I'm not going to front. I truly believe that any one of those women can give her a run for her money, especially Beyonce. To me, Beyonce is taller than her. Beyonce can outdress her. I just think Beyonce have it.
Yeah.
Over body. I'm just saying. So, no. But when you look at it, I wonder how they feel about that. I wonder, do they feel a way about it? Because I would.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because she's their rival. She's with them.
Yes.
She's on their level.
She had to basically do nothing to get famous.
All she did to get famous is she dated black men that was going up that ladder that could take her. And when she got there, she dropped them. And she kept on moving. Whether she understood she was doing it or not, she did it. And Kanye said it best. She has a type.
Yes,
and does. I'm her type. Ray J her type. Reggie Bush her type. And her first husband was her type.
Yes. Apparently not Chris Humphries.
He was not her type. He wasn't even the family type.
I don't even know how he got in there, actually, when you think about it.
Because Chloe was dating a football player.
Oh, yes, that's right. I did remember
See, you know, she copies. Like Courtney dated a tattoo.
Yes. Kim is unoriginal.
And so, like, you know, like she's probably was going for Bad Bunny. Now you know, Chloe dating another one. Kim never dated the basketball players. That one, that was because Chloe was always into the basketball players.
Yes, speaking of which, we've heard that possibly Kylie and Timothy are breaking up, and also that Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny are possibly over as well.
I don't know.
They were probably all PR stunts anyway.
I'm going to do a reading on her probably tomorrow because it's kind of late. But I'm going to do a reading on her.
And then lastly, we just wanted to know, who are the Kardashians really selling to? Like, who are they marketing to?
Yeah, we just don't know anymore. I know that they're not marketing to me. But I thought it was kind of odd. But I understand business is business. When I saw Carly B sporting Skims.
Oh, yes.
So when I saw that, I was like, what? Wow.
That was almost like a sellout a little bit, but
you know what? She did the wop, wop,
yeah.
wop.
And
wop,
Kylie was in
pot.
there.
That's right. Kylie was in there. So you know what? That's what you call washing hands.
Yep.
So they probably shook on it. If I call you, like the Godfather, if I call you in the future for a favor, you're going to come through. I'll fall through. Because Kylie made that video. I mean, they all made it. I'm not, but she did put stank on it also. When she walked in that leopard.
Yes.
Looking like a giraffe.
There we go again. She didn't even have to do anything. She just walked in and showed her body.
But she didn't do anything. Her sister got famous, Kimberly,
yes, you're right.
And they all reaped the benefits for it. Other than the oldest girl, because the oldest girl was on a show. She was on a reality show before Kimberly was.
Yes.
So she was already, and she had already been to college and finished. So she was doing her thing. She would have found her way in life. You know, she just seemed to me, she would have just always lived a very comfortable life, probably a life like her mother, married a man that had some money, spit out some kids.
I think you've said this before.
And lived her life like the soccer mom.
Yeah, probably like she is now. Well, I mean.
And she would have been just as happy.
Yeah.
They all are different. And
yes,
I think that life would have went well with Kylie too.
Yeah, surprisingly, actually. So that was the episode 4 and current news of the Kardashians, because really this episode is probably like in recording time like 5 to like 8 months old, maybe.
Or maybe even 3. It could have been older, you're right, because they took the last ending with them going on the trip. That was taken about 2 months ago when she was out there running after Kanye. I just thought that was very, very, I thought it was wild. The way you would never think that she was there. Like, yes. I'm doing it for the boys. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Yes.
You know, yeah, you probably doing it for the boys because the boys, your son, because he's a good alibi.
Yes.
You know, so.
I'm still waiting to see how Tristan end up over there with her, but
they're not going to, I told you they're not going to show, they're not going to show that. They're not going to show that. They might, but I don't think they going to show that, but they might. They might. I don't know. It depends. I mean, like I said, I thought this was a relatively decent episode. Like I said, I'm not really thrilled about the Kim. I did like the thing with, I always like to know how, what's his name? Scott's doing.
Oh.
I do. I'm a Scott's fan, and I would love to see him on The Bachelors.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
actually,
I would watch it. I'm sure it would be a lot of people would watch it, but he declined.
Yes, I understand.
You see, that Chris is always working. Man, I wish she knew me. Chris, girl, she would be like, I got the perfect
she
thing
plays
for you.
Momager well.
She does. And she did get Tristan that job.
Yes.
People think that Chloe got it. Chloe didn't get him that job. Her mama did. Because her mama want him to stay around.
Yes, she does.
I get it.
She sees how well they co-parent together.
It's about forgiveness.
Yeah.
It's about forgiveness. And you know what? People can change. He's grown up now. He's in his 30s. And he can turn around and be a jackass again. But we must learn to forgive and move on. Whether they're going to be together. I mean, Chloe is playing a delusional game, and I'm done.
She really is.
You want to play house, but you don't want to be in a relationship. Girl, I just can't with that.
That's confusing on that one.
I can't. What do you want? Now he's gone. His mother's trying to get him before he goes. She's like, Chloe, you don't want this. And maybe this is a woman who really knows her daughter. Like, I would know that about you. Maybe she sees her daughter making this horrendous mistake.
Yeah, you're right.
And understand that my daughter is not well and she's depressed. Maybe all of that is. But one thing for sure, no matter what the show looked like, this woman know her kids. Because she has invested in all 6 of them.
Yes, she has.
So with that being said, I enjoy the show. And like I said, I'm just sitting down. I don't need no popcorn. Just get my juice. Because you see the chaos in the family.
Oh, yes, you do.
You see it just crumbling. I just hope that they just walk away and say this is going to be our last show. But I want them to come back in 2 or 3 years. I don't want them to stay gone.
Okay.
I just did 2 years just to give me a break to see what life would be like. That's all.
Okay.
Well, that's me. So that lets you know where see, I have no hate for them. I want them to go for a little while but come back. Just as a like a 5-year reunion to see how they doing. I would like that. But I need them to sit down for a little bit. They can run their business and make all the money in the world.
Yes.
Hey, I'll buy your Skims. I mean, what's her name? Carly B. We're going to get the what?
Oh, yes, that T-shirt.
The T-shirt she said you could wear when you slide on and don't have to mess up your makeup. Okay, she told us we're going to try it, but we do wear Skims.
Yes, we do.
I mean, Skims,
no.
we do. So that is something that we are definitely going to try. So with that being said, I'm done.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed this. I really, really do. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Wonderful night. I hope you sleep well. And what else? I hope you have a great, great Friday.
Yes.
I really do. I hope you have a wonderful Friday and a grand weekend. With that being said, sunflower.